there are 4 things you need to do if you're buying a car. One of them, you don't actually have to be there. If you can get the number plate of the car, you can check on the internet, another government website, which is www.gov.uk/check-MOT-history. By going onto that site, you can check whether the car's got an MOT, because that's one of the 4 things that you need to have when you're driving a car on the road. It needs to have an MOT, and an MOT essentially is a check of that day in history that the car was safe and lawful. It doesn't mean that the cars can be safe and lawful the next day. It just means on that day in history, the car was checked and it was safe to be on that day. You cannot drive a car on the road without an MOT unless you have a pre-booked appointment for that car to be tested at an MOT testing station. So if you were buying a car and it didn't have an MOT and you were just going to drive it home, if you got stopped, that would be illegal. So first thing is, does it have an MOT? And you can check that. The second thing you need to do, if it is the car that you want to have and you've paid for the money, at the point where you pay the money, you complete the logbook or the V5. Section 2 of the V5 is this little area down here. You fill out the new keeper details. That's you buying the car. You fill that out with the previous owner that's beside you. They'll sign their bit, you sign your bit, and you post it off to the DVLA Swansea SA991BA. I'll put the address up here, but it's all on the V5, so you can just go through that. The next thing you need to do is tax your vehicle. Vehicles driven on the road need to be taxed. After you've paid the money and you've completed the V5, you then need to tax your vehicle. So you do that online as well, another government website. This one is www.gov.uk/vehicle-tax. Put that up there. That will then ask you questions which you will use details off the V5, and you will pay the tax. Now, a quick word on vehicle tax. Generally, the bigger the engine, the bigger the emissions, the bigger the tax. So when you're a new driver, it does make sense to have a smaller engine, because the bigger the engine, the more tax, and it will cost a lot more to run. So that's the third thing, vehicle tax. And last but no means least is vehicle insurance. You need to have a policy of insurance to drive the vehicle on the road. My advice to you in the early days would be to go on one of those search engines that compare multiple different companies, something like Compare the Market. This isn't a sponsored video, but there's many other similar products out there. Top of my head, I can't think of any, but if you went on Compare the Market, it would check multiple different insurance companies. You put your level of cover, whether you want fully comprehensive and protected, all the way down to third party only. That's your decision to make. Depends on what level of cover you can afford. Once you have insurance in place and the other 3 things are in place, then you're good to go. Hopefully that helped you.